Now, after studying about the first male reproductive organ, that is testes, let us continue with the second reproductive organ, that is epididymis. As said earlier, this reproductive organ also occurs in pair. Now, the seminiferous tubules within which sperm occurs, that is seminiferous tubule, acts as a mediator for the transfer of sperm. Passes to the vasa efferentia, which further carries to the epididymis. As said earlier, epididymis is a reproductive organ that occurs in pair and receives sperms from both the sides. This epididymis acts as a covering or outer covering of the testes. And therefore acts as an external surface of the testes. As it can be seen from the figure, this is a structure which acts as an external surface or a covering surface of testes, which is known as epididymis. Like testes, this also occurs in pair which surrounds the surface of testes. That is, the sperms which are transferred from the vas efferens are stored within the epididymis for a temporary base, which then further moves to vas efferens through this long tube and thereby enters into the other accessory reproductive organs. Therefore, here epididymis, which acts as an external surface of the testes, is about 6 cm long and occurs as a covering surface of the testes. Which carries on temporary base sperms, which then gradually moves towards the vas deferens. Vas deferens, as it can be seen, is a long tube-like structure that occurs on both the sides that connects epididymis. Thus, within epididymis, immature sperms arise, that is, immature sperms come out there, which achieve maturity and after achieving maturity, they swim within. Because of the presence of a tail that occurs in the structure of sperm, which we will study later. Thus, when male is sexually stimulated, at that time the epididymis contracts from where the mature sperms swim towards the vas deferens. Then coming to the third male reproductive organ, that is vas deferens. As said earlier, vas deferens also occurs in pair. Vas deferens is about 45 centimeters long on each side. Now the epididymis that carries sperms further reaches to the vas deferens. Through a canal known as inguinal canal. It is through this canal that it reaches into the abdominal cavity and thereby looping over the urinary bladder. That is why it loops over the urinary bladder. Such a movement, that is reaching of abdominal cavity through urinary bladder, occurs with the help of blood nerves and fibers. This figure depicts lateral view of the male reproductive system and the associated organs, as it can be seen from the figure. Within scrotum, testes occur, which produces sperms, which then passes on epididymis that reaches through vas deferens and thereby enters into the seminal vesicle. Further, from seminal vesicle, it reaches to the ejaculatory duct, which thereby through the urinary bladder tissue, it enters into the urethra and finally enters into the penis. Thus, only three, that is testes, vas deferens and epididymis, the rest organs all mentioned here constitute the accessory reproductive organs. Let us study.